The attorney.
This is it.
All right. We're going to start the November 3rd. What?
No, we have Scott isn't here, not here, he's in the line.
Well, he'll have to come in. We're going to start the November 3rd meeting. Have the call to order. We'll have invocation by myself, pledge of allegiance by Commissioner Forster, and then we'll have roll call. Please stand. Our Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight to lead our city commission meeting with our citizens listening and hoping that they understand that we're up here doing the job that we're supposed to be doing to be elected to their office, to show them what we're doing, to lead forward with our citizens. We hope everybody in the country is out voting. This is one of the days that you have the opportunity to get out and do what you want to do and put that vote in for the person you want. Let's hope everybody that has the opportunity to vote does vote. Please watch out over us and watch out over our first responders and everyone as we go through this COVID, and hope everything works to the better and we start getting where we can get the medicine for people to have this and move forward. As we ask in your holy name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Brunson,
Present.
Commissioner Wilson,
Here?
Mayor Johnson,
Here.
Commissioner Forster,
Here.
Commissioner Oliver.
Here.
All right. Presentations, proclamations. All right, we're going to do this under the public comments or when?
Yeah.
All right, staff reports.
I have nothing this evening, Mayor.
Okay, commissioners' announcements. Commissioner Brenson,
Nothing at this time.
Commissioner Wilson,
Nothing at this time, thank you.
Commissioner Forster.
I'd like to propose that we cancel those scheduled workshops that we really haven't been needing. I suggest that we call workshops when needed rather than put them on a schedule on a regular basis. It was a good idea, but it doesn't seem to be working for us, really.
I'll be happy to second that.
All right, motion, we got a motion there. A motion made by Commissioner Forster that we cancel that unless requested to have it. Seconded by Commissioner Wilson. All right, any more comments? All right, do I hear, well, now we can use the button. We're up at the dais. Everybody in favor? Let's vote. Motion carries unanimously. How about that? We're back on the
I
podium.
might
How
work
about
that?
All right, public comments. Is this where we want to do that one?
Commissioner Oliver, did you ask him if he has any comments?
Oh, I didn't
You
go all
stop
the way
with
down.
me.
Let's stop. No, Commissioner Oliver.
You were just so happy to be back on the board again.
Never would do
We
that.
hadn't seen that board in a while. But yes, I actually do have a comment. On Sunday, November 1st, at our Lakeshore Center, we had our 100-year, we had the start of our 100-year memorial service for the victims of the Ocoee massacre. It was a beautiful ceremony. And at that time, I made some comments that made some folks uncomfortable. They were spoken at the wrong place and at the wrong time. And with that, I want to make a whole heart apology for speaking those words at the wrong place at the wrong time. While I do stand by my content, but I still say that I was wrong. And I not only do I owe the city an apology, I owe this commission an apology. I owe the citizens that attended that event a heartfelt apology. But most importantly, I owe the descendants a heartfelt apology. So I hope that someday you would be able to forgive me for making my comments at the wrong time in the wrong place. But I do make a wholehearted apology, and again, wrong place, wrong time, and I should not have made those comments then to make folks uncomfortable. So once again, I sincerely apologize for making those comments at that time.
That it?
Is it?
May I just say thank you for saying that?
All right. I'm going to read a couple things here. City Hall is open to the public. However, attendance inside the Ocoee City Commission chambers may be limited to the accommodate social distancing and is subject to change based on the governor's executive order. Any interested party is invited to be heard during the public comments and public hearing portion of the meeting. The public may also call or email comments and/or questions to 407-554-7118 or citizens@ocoee.org. City staff will be standing by to ensure that your comments or questions come before the City Commission during the meeting. All right, announcements. In remembrance of the 100-year anniversary of the 1920 Ocoee Election Day Massacre, the City of Ocoee HRDB has commenced their memorial and educational symposium. Upcoming program events are scheduled for November the 4th, 6th, and 8th at the Ocoee Lakeshore Center. This event is open to the public and can be viewed on live stream. For more information, please visit the city's website at www.ocoee.org. Also, let's see. All right. Let's see. I think that's it. Let's go to, is this public comments part here is now? Is this one now? No?
Yes.
Okay. We got one here. I got my hand, Mr. James Moyer. You have 3 minutes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. 3 minutes.
Yes, sir.
And he starts the clock.
Mayor Pro Temp, and Commissioners, I'm Jim Moyer. I'm a citizen of Ocoee, and I'm a lifelong anti-racist. On this 2020 Election Day and during this week-long City of Ocoee educational symposium to honor all victims and descendants of the 1920 Election Day Massacre, I would like to share the following. My race is human, and there's no other way that I know of to accurately classify us Homo sapiens. 2, social and environmental differences among human beings are real. However, these differences, such as appearance, size, and gender, are far outweighed by the 99% or more similarities among humans. 3, I've been an anti-racist for over 50 years because I have chosen to focus more on similarities among people than the differences that have far too often led to discrimination, prejudice, and unjustifiable, unfair, and inhumane treatment of fellow human beings, such as the Ocoee Massacre and too many recent and historic events in our country and throughout the world. 4, I am a second-generation Marine and therefore arguably born a Marine. A Marine is the only classification I'm willing to accept other than human and male. 5, as all of you know, today social media is an important communication tool. So I'd like to share with you what was the #1 liked tweet in the history of Twitter for over 3 years, from August 2017 until August 2020. This tweet from former President Barack Obama in response to the chaos in Charlottesville, Virginia 3 years ago included the following quote by the former South African President Nelson Mandela, which seems appropriate to share at this time. I'll slow down and emphasize this. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, for love comes more naturally to the human heart than its opposite. President Nelson Mandela. So in response to the question that was asked on Sunday, my personal humble answer is to teach all children love from birth. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
All right, thank you. All right. Any more public? Anybody in the public? Anybody on the phone or anybody online?
We have not received any emails or any phone calls.
All right, we're gonna move on to the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve?
Motion made by Commissioner Wilson to approve the consent agenda. Here's second.
I have item number 3. I just have a question for, I don't really want to pull it, just a question. Were we able to get the issue resolved? I know this item came before us a couple of months ago, then now it's back, so we can finally resolve it. Has this issue been cleared up?
Which issue are you referring to?
Item number 3.
Surplus.
The surplus.
Surplus, I did have a discussion with the mayor on it,
Yeah.
and
So that's
I
been-
think some of the concerns that the mayor had were when we were using them to do a live auction versus the online auction, and this is strictly an online
Yeah.
auction.
Okay.
Right, yeah. Anybody second that motion on the, is that all?
I'll second it.
Huh?
I'll second the motion.
Seconded by Commissioner Oliver. Any more discussion? All right, let's vote. Motion carries unanimously. All right, moving to public hearings. Request for variance on the Pascal property, 615 Roberts Rise Drive. Let's see, Mike, that's the wrong name there. Mike Ruber.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Keel had a brand-new baby girl delivered last week.
Oh,
So he's taking some
congratulations.
time off. Yes.
Congratulations.
The clerk sent a nice email to everyone regarding that. So this is a variance, and I don't see the applicants here. They were at this planning and zoning meeting, but I can handle this item. They may decide to call in, but I can. This is in Roberts Rise subdivision. This is a variance for a front yard setback for a fence. In the residential zonings, if you want to have a fence in your front yard, if it's, it can be in the front yard if it's 4 foot and see-through. You cannot have a 6-foot fence in your front yard. So this is a variance to allow a 6-foot fence in the front yard. This is in the Roberts Rise subdivision, just around the corner from City Hall. It's the applicant's on a corner lot, and I'm going to go into some reasoning for this variance request. The Roberts Rise subdivision received the neighborhood matching grant in order to make a couple of improvements, safety improvements and beautification improvements to the subdivision, and one of them was to add a fence, and I'll show you that fence. And the purpose of this variance is to tie into the fence that the subdivision is going to be placing. Hence, it'll be in their front yard. So it's install a 6-foot fence up to the property line in lieu of a 4-foot fence. The setback would be 15 feet from the front property line. You could have that 6-foot fence go up to. They're requesting it to go up to the front property line. So this is the applicant's lot. You can see this public road within Roberts Rise dead ends to a vacant parcel. There is not a tract on this subdivision between the property lines and the vacant parcel. And the Roberts Rise subdivision, as one of their improvements, requested funding to aid putting a fence here to keep people from driving across this land and entering the road. And within that, just some additional information, as part of that building permit to place the 6-foot fence here by Roberts Rise subdivision, myself and the city attorney's office worked on some language, some hold harmless, you own and maintain it. And we finally settled on a language to get the building permit that says Roberts Rise subdivision will own and maintain the fence. If the city requests the fence removed within 5 years, we would remove it or help pay the cost to remove that fence. And what you're seeing here is a request. So there's going to be a 6-foot PVC fence going within the right-of-way from sidewalk to sidewalk. And that's going to temporarily stop these vehicles from driving on. And then we have a request today to have a fence go from their house all the way up and join it. And then we just received the variance application we are processing from this property owner to tie in the fence all the way to the front. You'll see that in a couple weeks. So to kind of graphically show it, they have an existing fence. The blue line is where the 15-foot is, so they can just without any zoning approval, just under current code, they could put the 6-foot fence, if I can find, where the blue line is, and then really this variance is allowing them to go right up to the property line. I just want to show, and this is a picture of the property, so the fence would come up. Roberts Rise is going to build a fence with that grant from sidewalk to sidewalk. They'll tie it in, and it will basically look like this purple line when it's all said and done. I just want to show you this vacant parcel back here and just show that we consider this fence a temporary measure and don't want to necessarily make it a permanent approval. And just something to think about with this variance, if you have fences coming up to the edge of right-of-way in the future, if this was ever to be taken down, because as this vacant parcel sits, it could very easily develop in the future. This is a real rudimentary map I made, just showing a opportunity for a road and some lots. And you can see where, in order to have two access points, if it's a public road, you may want to cut that road in the future. That's a decision for future commission at such time as the development comes in. I don't want to tie the hands of any commission. Just want to show that there is an opportunity in the future potentially have that road go through and that fence not be approved permanently, therefore cutting it off. Part of the variance criteria, there's stipulations we follow Florida statute. Is there a need for this fence? For the variance, if they don't have the variance, will they still have use of their property? They'll still have all their uses of the property, so they don't technically meet these criteria. Therefore, staff is not able to recommend approval of the variance, but we do ask that if you, upon evidence, upon discussion, do approve the variance, you try to make it where it's not a blanket approval that any lot could then use as a precedent. So I'll let you know that the Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval of the variance, and they also added the provision that if the city requires a fence to be moved like we did on the building permit, that the city covers the cost of that fence removal for that portion that would be that red portion. So the 15-foot allowed, the fence could come up to here. They could do a 4-foot fence up to the property line, but they want to do a solid 6 and tie it in. And so that's the purpose of the variance, sort of the background of where it came from. It's sort of why I don't necessarily want this to be a permanent, forever improvement until such time as that property on the east develops and there's a decision, a determination made that we're never going to tie in that public road. So with that, I'll entertain any questions.
All right, anybody got any questions of Mike, city planner?
I have no questions, but I have a concern. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I just, this is in District 2, and it may not be strictly in line with the Land Development Code, yet there's some unique characteristics in this neighborhood. And that is what Mike mentioned, was that people drive through, and as a safety measure, the neighborhood has wanted to do this, and I think I'm very interested in the variance for the neighborhood. At this point, I don't want to talk about the future with that piece of property, but I believe for the safety and for the security of the neighborhood, this is very important.
All right, anybody else?
Yeah, I have a question, Director. Is there currently a fence along that property line?
There is.
And
There's like a
it's-
field fence, it's not a barbed wire, but it's just like a 4-strand. It's really weak little, just maybe if they had cows on it at one time or something. There is a fence, but it's not.
But people are now, somebody is now currently driving through that
Yes,
parcel
they're able
that's
to move
undeveloped.
it. If you go through the property appraiser and look at the aerials over years, you can see tire tracks going to it in like a cattle path. So you can tell people do cut through there, and it makes sense. They're able to because they're able to get onto a public road, not a private gated road, so, and people cut across and walk.
Okay, that's the only question I had.
I'm just going to have to agree with Commissioner Wilson. Just looking at it from a safety aspect and security of those neighborhoods, I think that it's warranted that we would actually put a fence there. And as far as what happens in the future, I think that we can probably deal with that if we come to that. Yes.
Thank you. Can I make a motion?
wait, hold on a minute.
Okay.
Can I say
So,
something?
yeah, sure.
Or you want to hold the gavel? Mike, that's in the future plans, that road is to be open, right?
It's available. The
Yeah.
right-of-way goes right up
Yeah.
to the property line, so yes.
So, yeah, there's no problem doing that. Like I said, eventually, that probably will be developed, I would imagine, somewhere down the road. So that's a different little area in there in that Roberts Rise. So I think that's times when you are open to put things and change a little variance around. So, yeah, I'm not disapproved to it either. I think it's a good thing to do for the neighbors. All right, go ahead, Commissioner.
Now, I want to make a motion to approve.
Let me help
Sorry.
with the motion real quick. We have to have findings to support the variance. So I think the motion would be based on the findings that the subdivision presents unique characteristics and due to the safety and security of the neighborhood, the motion would be to approve the variance pursuant to the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Commission.
I couldn't have said it better.
All right, the motion been made by
Mayor, I
Commissioner.
just want to announce,
What?
since it is a public hearing, we did not receive any emails or calls.
All right, all right, I'm gonna open it up to the public here. And then, nobody in the public having any more comments on it, none called in. I'm gonna close it, come back to Dyson. You have anything to read on it?
Nope.
That's it?
Yep.
All right, I need a second. I have a motion, I need a second.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Commissioner Fershner. Any more comments? No more comments, let's vote. Motion carries unanimously. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Number 7, first reading of ordinance for Mohammed property, 533 First Street, annexation and rezoning projects. Once again, you're going to be reading it.
Yeah, Mayor, these are all first readings, so I'll just read the title to the ordinances and you can announce
All
the
right.
second readings.
Right.
All right, so
And-
first one is the annexation of the Mohammed property, an ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, annexing into the corporate limits of the City of Ocoee, Florida, certain real property containing approximately .16 acres located on the north of East Silver Star Road, south of Center Street, and directly east of First Street, pursuant to the application submitted by the property owner. Finding said annexation to be consistent with the Ocoee Comprehensive Plan, the Ocoee City Code, providing for and authorizing the updating of official city maps, providing direction to the city clerk, providing for severability, repealing inconsistent ordinances, and providing for an effective date. And then the rezoning ordinance for the Mohammed property is an ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, changing the zoning classification from Orange County R1 Single Family to City of Ocoee R1 Single Family on certain real property containing approximately .16 acres located to the north of East Silver Star Road, south of Center Street, and directly east of First Street pursuant to the application submitted by the property owner, finding such zoning to be consistent with the Ocoee Comprehensive Plan, providing for and authorizing the revision of the official city zoning map, repealing inconsistent ordinances, providing for severability, providing for an effective date.
All right, this is the first reading, so second reading for this item will be on November the 17th. Second reading will be on November the 17th at 2020 meeting. Okay. Do we need a?
Nope.
Nope, we're gonna move on.
Yep.
All right, let's go to item number 8.
Number 8 is also a annexation and rezoning. This is the annexation of the Lee Street Trust property, an ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, annexing into the corporate limits of the City of Ocoee, Florida, certain real property containing approximately .19 acres located to the north of East Silver Star Road and south of Center Street pursuant to the application submitted by the property owner. Finding said annexation to be consistent with the Ocoee Comprehensive Plan, the Ocoee City Code, providing for and authorizing the updating of official city maps, providing direction to the city clerk, providing for severability, repealing inconsistent ordinances, providing for an effective date. And then the rezoning ordinance for the Lee Street Trust property. This is an ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, changing the zoning classification from Orange County R1 Single Family to City of Ocoee R1 Single Family on certain real property containing approximately .19 acres located to the north of East Silver Star Road and south of Center Street pursuant to the application submitted by the property owner. Finding such zoning to be consistent with the Ocoee Comprehensive Plan, providing for and authorizing the revision of the official city zoning map, repealing inconsistent ordinances, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
Just real quick, what are we doing for first reading of ordinance for 228 Lee, and then it says 541?
The ownership that's part of the Nix and Toby. They bought some properties under 228, and they bought other
Oh,
properties.
okay,
it's
so
just-
you're doing, okay.
Yeah.
Just asking.
Yeah, and this is, a lot of these annexations, they're tending to get water, so the utilities department, want to give them a big thank you. But it's a group that sees the value of our downtown, and they're trying to buy as many properties in the area to be associated with our downtown. So we're going to see a good group of annexations coming the next couple of weeks,
All right,
or next couple of meetings.
yeah, great. All right, once again, this item 8, 228 Lee and 541 First Street annexation rezoning will be back on November the 17th for the second reading. Item number 9, please.
All right, item number 9 is the annexation and rezoning of the Callejas property. This is an ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, annexing into the corporate limits of the City of Ocoee, Florida, certain real property containing approximately .59 acres located to the north of East Silver Star Road, south of Center Street, and directly west of Second Street, pursuant to the application submitted by the property owner, finding said annexation to be consistent with the Ocoee Comprehensive Plan, the Ocoee City Code, providing for and authorizing the updating of official city maps, providing direction to the city clerk, providing for severability, repealing inconsistent ordinances, providing for an effective date.
All right, item 9, same thing for the first reading of 506 Second Street annexation rezoning will be back on November the 17th, 2020.
Mayor, let me go ahead and read the rezoning ordinance. I
All right.
didn't get to that one yet. This is an ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, changing the zoning classification from Orange County R1 Single Family to City of Ocoee R1 Single Family on certain real property containing approximately .59 acres located to the north of East Silver Star Road, south of Center Street, and directly west of Second Street, pursuant to the application submitted by the property owner, finding such zoning to be consistent with the Ocoee Comprehensive Plan, providing for and authorizing the revision of the official city zoning map, repealing inconsistent ordinances, providing for severability, providing for an effective date.
All right, same thing, come back on November 17th, 2020. All right, going to item 10.
Yeah, this is annexation and rezoning for Ocoee Rentals Trust property at 438 Second Street. An ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, annexing into the corporate limits of the City of Ocoee, Florida, certain real property containing approximately .15 acres located to the north of East Silver Star Road and south of Center Street, pursuant to the application submitted by the property owner, finding said annexation to be consistent with the Ocoee Comprehensive Plan, the Ocoee City Code, providing for and authorizing the updating of official city maps, providing direction to the city clerk, providing for severability, repealing inconsistent ordinances, providing for an effective date. And then the rezoning ordinance is an ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, changing the zoning classification from Orange County R1 Single Family to City of Ocoee R1 Single Family on certain real property containing approximately .15 acres located to the north and east of Silver Star Road and south of Center Street, pursuant to the application submitted by the property owner. Finding such zoning to be consistent with the Ocoee Comprehensive Plan, providing for and authorizing the revision of the official city zoning map, repealing inconsistent ordinances, providing for severability, providing for an effective date.
All right, same thing, second reading will be on the Ocoee Rental Trust property on November the 17th, 2020. Item 11.
Item 11 is the Flores property annexation and rezoning. The annexation ordinance is an ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, annexing into the corporate limits of the City of Ocoee, Florida, certain real property containing approximately 7.51 acres located to the north of Ruiz Street and south of Worst Road and directly west of Lakewood Avenue, pursuant to the application submitted by the property owner, finding said annexation to be consistent with the Ocoee Comprehensive Plan, the Ocoee City Code, providing for and authorizing the updating of official city maps, providing direction to the city clerk, providing for severability, repealing inconsistent ordinances, providing for an effective date. And then the rezoning ordinance for the Flores property, and an ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, changing the zoning classification from Orange County R1A, single family, to City of Ocoee R1A, single family, on certain real property containing approximately 7.51 acres located to the north of Ruiz Street and south of Worst Road and directly west of Lakewood Avenue, pursuant to the application submitted by the property owner, finding such zoning to be consistent with the Ocoee Comprehensive Plan, providing for and authorizing the revision of the official city zoning map, repealing inconsistent ordinances, providing for severability, providing for an effective date.
Okay, same thing on item 11, 720 North Lakeview Avenue, annexation rezoning. We'll be back on second reading for November 17th, 2020. All right, let's move to number 12.
This is the annexation and rezoning for HS Construction LLC property at 13th Avenue, lot number 4. This is an ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, annexing into the corporate limits of the City of Ocoee, Florida, certain real property containing approximately 0.1 acres located to the north of Worst Road and east of North Lakewood Avenue, pursuant to the application submitted by the property owner, finding said annexation to be consistent with the Ocoee Comprehensive Plan, the Ocoee City Code, providing for and authorizing the updating of official city maps, providing direction to the city clerk, providing for severability, repealing inconsistent ordinances, providing for an effective date. And then the rezoning ordinance, an ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, changing the zoning classification from Orange County R2 Single Family to City of Ocoee R1 Single Family on certain real property containing approximately 0.1 acres located to the north of Worst Road and east of North Lakewood Avenue, pursuant to the application submitted by the property owner, finding such zoning to be consistent with the Ocoee Comprehensive Plan, providing for and authorizing the revision of the official city zoning map, repealing inconsistent ordinances, providing for severability, providing for an effective date.
Okay, let's see. Same thing, first reading is denied of HS Construction on 13th Avenue. We'll be back on November 17th, 2020 for the reading, second reading. All right, and we don't have a lot of stuff on the next meeting, so for all the completions and stuff. All right, we're going down now. We got to skip down. We're going to go back to the regular agenda, staff action, comments from citizens again. You got any more comments from the?
No emails or phone calls. Yep.
All right, we're going to start. Now we can go to the commission, comments from commissioners. Commissioner Oliver.
Yes, one quick comment is, I've been traveling down Clark Road and stopping and walking and viewing the progress that we've been making on Clark Road. It looks really, really good. Really anticipating a grand opening pretty soon here. I know I talked to city planner Mike Roomer. He said that we're looking at about the first week in December. Just want to know when we'll be able to get some signs up on the Clark Road on both ends and let folks know that it's coming soon, and possibly put a date or at least a week that it's going to be there. And also, we planning on doing something like a ribbon cutting for all of us to kind of go out there, cut the ribbon and say you can drive on the road now. I think we've all been waiting on this for a very long time. So I just want to see what are we doing about that?
I can check on that tomorrow and get with you, Commissioner, let you know where that is.
The comments, I was called today from Joy about getting set, come meeting with her about setting up for the grand opening ribbon cutting.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna meet with her tomorrow.
I know you want to shoot for December, have some type
Yeah, set
of
up
ribbon
the
cutting or
times and
something,
the-
but I'll
and the
check on
date.
the signs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doing that-
awesome.
Doing that
But
tomorrow.
we'll try to get the signs out at least a couple of weeks before, right? Okay, awesome, thank you. That's all I have.
Commissioner Firstman.
I'm glad to see that we're making headway, nibbling away at the Orange County enclaves in town. Hopefully, if we keep that up, we can tighten those areas up and make it all Ocoee. That's all.
All right, Commissioner Wilson.
I agree with you on that. Now that we're having nice weather coming along, it's beautiful out, please remember pedestrian safety. Please be mindful when you get to crosswalks. We have a lot of children out there going to school. There's more children who are going to school now, and we need to be mindful of that, along with adults who are out walking. So please, pedestrian safety is very important, and we need to remember that when someone comes to the crosswalk, you should be watching for them, especially turning right or left on a street. You need to look to make sure if someone's crossing or they're ready to cross. So again, please remember, pedestrian safety is very important. Thank you.
Commissioner Brinson.
Monday, I was trying to make it home Monday afternoon, late early evening, I guess. It was a pretty bad scene because there was a 429 accident on the 429, which caused me to take about 3 hours to get home from downtown Orlando. And I only bring that up because we have just a few major arteries throughout our city, one of which is Apopka Vineland, and of course the 429, and the other one is Ocoee Apopka. However, I just want our citizens and residents and people who are driving through our city understand that Ocoee Apopka and Fuller's Cross intersection is under construction. So I found this out the hard way, that sometimes it's probably best to use GPS when you see traffic starting to back up, because it will work you around. Because of the construction that's happening on Ocoee Apopka and Fuller's Cross, that intersection will have a lot of delays. So be mindful, and I think that the word of the day will be patience when going up and down Ocoee Apopka. But because the 429 is such a major artery now, and so many people use it, if there's any problems on it, our city roads will be congested beyond belief. So again, exercise patience, because in this traffic backup, I also witnessed 3 additional accidents. And so patience, everyone be patient, and I think we'll get there not only safely, but with less stress. And I will say also, there's going to be a couple of events that's related to the commemoration of the 1920 Ocoee massacre, one of which, I don't know if the mayor is going to address it, but one of which is going to be the road designation, I think he mentioned. But also there's going to be the last rites given to Julius July Perry, Greenwood Cemetery, which is going to be Saturday at 11 a.m. And again, being mindful of all the things that's going on, patience, patience, patience. That's all I have, Mr.
All right. A couple of things. I had some citizens, City Clerk Melanie asked about the election stuff, so about picking up packets and stuff. Can you give me the dates of when that is? Do you have them handy for the election coming up in March?
For qualifying,
Qualifying and then the election date. I had some people call. I will say that they asked me about the mayor race. I said, well, first of all, our charter changed and we went to 4-year terms. So, and the mayor's race will be not this coming March.
2023.
What is it?
The mayor race is 2023.
That's what I told them. And also, I'll make a comment after I get through with that, but you got those dates?
Yes, so qualifying will begin on January 14th, which is a Thursday, and it will close on January 22nd. We did add the additional day due to
Right.
Monday, Martin Luther King Day
Right.
being
Uh-huh.
closed. And then our election will be on March 9th,
March the 9th, okay.
2021.
All right. First, I want to go through some stuff. First, and we're too a little early. Last Sunday I want to tell the diversity board, they're not here, and I will tell them at the meeting. It was an amazing thing to see the people show up, and I didn't think we'd have that many people there to start with, but it ended up being with a good crowd and good people, and it went good. I think that they did, contrary to some things, they did a great job. It's not a very big helping on the board out of all the members. Some of the members are kind of like not showing up, but that's their prerogative. But the board members that helped did a great job with that thing, and it turned out super. It was an excellent time for people and some of the descendants to be there and participate. I think it'll be the same thing Wednesday night. Got told today that congressional lady, Val Demings, will be there Wednesday night. And I think they said Friday and Saturday. Friday, yeah, the rest of the week. So she's coming. So that's great. Also, I think that we all need to have perspective on what goes on. And I think the election, like I said, the election times is a time that people get to come out and voice their opinions and do things. And I think that's one of the best things about being in the government. Like I said, I've done a lot of contemplating lately about it. I was thinking about it about the March 2023, and I sat down with my wife the other day after some of the stuff that's going on. I was thinking about retiring, and I've been in this office for 30-something years, and I'm not retiring. I'm gonna run again in 2023. I just want to put it up front. I am coming back and running again in 2023. I wouldn't leave now for, as the old boy said, in water. So I want the citizens to know. I want them all to know, and we got one of the better towns, one of the best towns in all the area, which shows it just with the diversity of what we have with employees. All employees that work for this city, all employees matter. Everyone that we got here, and we have I'd like to also see, Rob, the diversity percentage for our city and our employees. I'd like to have that, because people seem to forget some of the other employees we got. They're just pointing out certain ones, and I want to recognize all employees and let them know that we appreciate them and let them know that they've been here. I think the school thing must be, there's no problems with the school, and it's amazing that all the years we had the problem with the school traffic, we're not having that. So I guess it's a lot of kids are not going or something. I don't know. Do we have any knowledge of how many kids are going to those classes?
I just received the email from the October school count, and it has the numbers for the.
Can
all
you
the
send that
schools.
to us?
Yes, I'll send that.
Yeah,
to
I'd
everybody.
like to have it sent to all of us where we can.
And I'm going to try to make clear, is it a body in the seat, or is it,
Right,
what is the
yeah,
count?
yeah,
So,
okay.
because, you don't see as many
No,
kids.
that's,
Yes, but I'll send that through
okay.
the city manager's
And
office.
let's not forget, I think, is Jamie back there, Director Croteau?
She was.
Is Director Croteau back there? Okay, she left. Well, did everybody get the message? We're having that opening on November the 12th?
On the 12th.
What's the time, Rob? 10 o'clock?
I don't have it in front of me, Mayor. I'll make sure we
All right,
send it out
make
again.
sure we send all that out to everybody.
The groundbreaking?
Yeah, the groundbreaking.
have 10 a.m.
What, 10 a.m.? That's what I thought. Yeah.
It sounds right, because I think we're going into diversity training, the senior staff, right after that, and I think that starts at noon, so that
Okay.
sounds correct.
All right, so and the other thing is the Martin Luther King Parade, we're gonna do the things like put it on our viral and everything like we did with the other things because we can't have it.
I think Support Services, we're going to get with you, Mayor, because Support Services Department and Community Relations, they're thinking, I guess Orange County is canceling their events.
Right,
And
yes,
the
yeah.
recommendation, I told them to get with you. Their recommendation is that we don't do
Okay.
it either this year.
And
We
I
have
heard
something else that's not a
Right.
parade.
And I heard also that the Lions Club's not having the Christmas parade this year. which
Yeah,
is kind of-
they are, Kathy Sills from the Lions Club did have a discussion with me, and they do not want to have the
So-
parade this year.
They
So-
felt it was a prudent
Yeah,
decision,
yes,
a
yeah,
prudent,
yeah.
I think the word was prudent that we have in our minutes, that decision regarding
Yeah,
the parade.
yeah, I agree. No, I just want to make sure we let the citizens know that. Can we put all that on the TV screen
Yes, we
and let
can.
people know? And,
And the website, too.
and after we do we're going to meet tomorrow and work on the date and time for the opening of the Clark Road thing, so we can post that where all the commissioners will know and have that. Any other business to come before the city?
No, sir.
All right, if not, meeting adjourned.